You ever notice how much of life we follow without ever asking why? Why do we celebrate the same holidays year after year and never stop to question where they came from? Why do we dress alike, buy the same brands, drive the same cars, chase the same careers? Not because we truly chose it, but because it was already chosen for us, handed down from generation to generation, reinforced by society until it feels normal. So when somebody finally says, "I don't want to live this way anymore," we don't recognize it as courage. We see it as disruption, a mirror held up to everything we never questioned. From the moment you were born, most of life was already decided for you. The holidays you'd celebrate, the clothes you'd wear, even the beliefs you'd defend. You didn't choose those things. They were handed to you long before you could question them. And that's the pattern most people stay in. We grow up reciting traditions we don't understand, chasing trends we never set, and defending values we never examined. That's how society keeps us in line. It hands you a script, and as long as you read from that script, you get acceptance, you get applause. But the moment you step off the page, the moment you say, "That's not how I want to live," everything changes. And here's why. It creates something called cognitive dissonance. That's the tension you feel when what you see doesn't match what you've always believed. So when your choice doesn't line up with their script, it shakes them. It doesn't just look different. It forces them to realize they've never asked themselves why they live the way they do. And instead of sitting with that tension, they protect the script. They double down. And to make themselves feel safe again, they call you the problem. When people follow without knowing the why, what they're really doing is trading their own inner compass for someone else's map. And when you don't use your own compass, you lose the ability to navigate life for yourself. You stop being a creator, and you start living as a copy. That's why questioning feels so threatening. Because the moment you ask, "Why do we do this? Why do we believe this?" it exposes how fragile the foundation really is. Most people would rather defend the illusion than admit they've never built their own. See, when you follow without a why, you're not just following a tradition or a trend. You're following an identity that doesn't even belong to you. And the longer you stay in that cycle, the more disconnected you become from who you really are. That's why when someone finally breaks away, it looks disruptive. Because they're not just stepping outside of society's approval, they're stepping back into their own truth. If you never question the things in life, if you never stop to ask why, then you've never truly chosen your life. You've only borrowed it. This is the quote room, where words wake minds. Some things don't need a reaction, just reflection. Just a few thoughts I had on my mind.